Hey there, how's it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, and in today's video, we're going to discuss the topic of testosterone and how it relates to muscle building. Specifically, can you build muscle even if you have low testosterone levels? And this is a common question that I get asked, especially amongst my older followers and some of the guys who are going through the Muscle After 40 Blueprint program. Because as you get older, your hormone levels, including your testosterone, naturally start to decline. Like usually after 30, you'll see a steady decline year after year after year. And that causes a lot of concern for people because then they start to wonder, well, is it even worth to try building muscle if I have lower testosterone than someone in their 20s? And I mean, obviously that's going to cause some challenges. I'm not going to lie. I mean, obviously someone who's older is not going to build the same degree of muscle as someone who's younger, but it doesn't mean that improvement is not possible. So in this video, we're going to break it down, cover some strategies that you can implement to help you maximize your progress and your current situation, regardless of your testosterone levels. So the big question, of course, is can you build muscle with low testosterone? And the obvious answer is yes, you can still build muscle regardless of your hormone levels. But as I mentioned earlier, it's not going to be the same as someone who has high natural levels of testosterone and growth hormone and all the optimal situation there for their metabolic and anabolic hormones. But progress is always possible regardless of the situation. And one that I really want to just drive home, this should be an obvious one, is look at female athletes and women who lift weights. They build muscle even though they have much less testosterone than a man. I mean, a man with low testosterone still has way more testosterone than a normal healthy woman. And she's able to build muscle. Now, granted, it's not the same degree as a man could. And women are not going to build this massive, huge muscular physique unless they're using performance-enhancing drugs and synthetic versions of testosterone and similar related hormones. But regardless of the situation, you will still see women who work out, lift weights, and build an impressive muscular physique. So you can still make progress even if you have low testosterone. And it really comes down to the bigger picture, like all the other variables besides the hormones. Right? I mean, I know the hormones is a big one, and that's, it's a hot topic these days, the whole idea of hormone replacement therapy and testosterone replacement therapy, and everyone's second guessing. But we need to look at the bigger picture. Muscle growth depends on several factors, including your genetics, nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle habits. And I would argue that those other elements have a bigger impact in your long-term progress than your testosterone levels alone. And here are a few key strategies that you should focus on to build muscle regardless of your testosterone levels. The first one is resistance training. Now, this should come as no surprise, but strength training is essential for stimulating muscle growth. Your muscles will respond and adapt to the stress and demands placed upon them. Doing regular strength training workouts, especially with the big compound exercises like squats and deadlifts, bench presses, pull-ups, and rows, I mean, this can be particularly effective for stimulating muscle growth. Another one that you need to focus on is proper nutrition. Now, again, this should be pretty obvious as well, but oftentimes we overlook the basics in search of that quick fix shortcut. You need to ensure that you're getting enough calories and nutrients to support muscle growth, especially protein, as this is the primary building block of muscle tissue. Protein can be obtained from a variety of food sources such as meat, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, legumes, nuts, and seeds. And ideally, you want to make sure that you're getting protein throughout the day with every single meal. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between, always try and prioritize protein because this is the raw material your body needs in order to build muscle tissue. So if you don't have enough protein, you're going to shortchange the progress regardless of your testosterone levels. The next one is rest and recovery. Getting adequate sleep and recovery is essential for muscle repair and growth. And I recommend that you aim for at least 7 hours of quality sleep per night. Now, ideally, this would be an all one go, But if you have an extra busy schedule, or maybe you didn't sleep well, you can make up for it by having a nap in the day. Like there's no shame in having an afternoon nap. If you can schedule it in, that can be a great way to help to top up your rest and recovery. And I do this myself. I mean, sometimes if I'm feeling a bit extra tired, I'll take an afternoon nap to kind of just recharge the batteries. And I find that having those little moments of rest and relaxation can help to optimize your progress. I mean, limiting your sleep should not be looked at as a sign of toughness, right? Your body needs sleep. Your body needs to rest, recover, and grow. So if you are shortchanging the sleep, you're also shortchanging your gains. And this applies regardless of your hormone levels. I mean, even if you have high testosterone, but you're not getting enough rest and recovery, you're going to prevent yourself from maximizing your gains. Sleep is so essential. This is when your body rests, recovers, and grows. And a lot of your gains will actually happen during sleep. So do not shortchange it. And ideally, the best strategy for maximizing your sleep is to get to bed earlier versus trying to sleep in later. I remember my grandfather used to say, an hour of sleep before midnight is as good as 2 hours of sleep afterwards. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a good philosophy to go by. Try to get to bed earlier and maximize your sleep. Get those hours in before midnight, and it'll help to top up your sleep reserves and make you feel better the next day. Another big one that we want to focus on is stress management. And I know this is a big one these days because we're under a lot of stress. High stress levels can negatively impact your hormone balance and your muscle growth. So practicing stress reduction techniques like meditation and yoga can be very powerful. And simply enjoying more time outdoors in nature can help you feel better and reduce your stress levels as well. So if possible, get outside for a walk, go for a bike ride, and preferably somewhere where it's relaxing. Like if you can go for a walk in a park or go for a walk on the beach or in the woods or something like that, that's not only going to be a great form of exercise, but it's going to be active meditation, active stress relief, where you're getting outside in nature and you're just letting the stress of the day go. And this is one of the primary reasons why I'm such a huge advocate of exercising outside. I mean, for me, I love going bike riding and I love going walking and hiking. And not only is it great exercise, but it's my active meditation. It is my personal stress relief, my personal me time. And I find by doing that on a regular basis, it makes me feel so much better. And all these techniques are useless unless you have this next one in place, and that is consistency. One of the mottos that I like to live by is be good enough, but good enough consistently. Or another way of putting it is strive to be consistently good versus occasionally great. And unfortunately, that's the way a lot of people treat diet and exercise, is they're occasionally great. Like when they get everything aligned, when all my ducks are in a row, when everything is perfect and I got nothing else on my plate, then I'm going on that diet. Then I'm going to join the gym. Then I'm going to do that workout program. And they wait until everything is perfect so that they can jump into this so-called perfect program. But perfect doesn't exist, right? And if it does, it doesn't last for long. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be excrement hitting the fan, if you will. So instead of waiting until everything is perfect, just if it's good enough, start now. Do it. Make the best of your current situation. Even if it's not perfect, something is better than nothing. And that's a key motto. Again, consistently good versus occasionally great. And that's all it takes. If you can be good enough, but good enough consistently over the long term, you can still make progress even if you're not perfect, even if your workout is not perfect, even if your diet's not perfect, even if your hormone levels are not perfect. If it's consistently good, you'll still make progress in the right direction. And that's the way we need to look at this. And an analogy I like to use for this is think of running a business. Like, you don't have to turn a profit every single day to have a profitable business, but you got to turn a profit most days. So as long as you're having more profitable days than lost days, you can still have a profitable business at the end of the year. And the same applies with building muscle and achieving your fitness goals. Like, you don't have to be perfect every day. You can skip a workout, you can cheat on your diet, you can, mess up your sleep habits from time to time, but as long as you have more good days than bad, you can still make progress in the right direction. And it's like a balancing act, right? We want more good days than bad so that we're making progress versus more bad days than good. And how you can tell where you are is look at your current situation. Look at your current level of fitness, your current physique. Are you happy with what you see when you look in the mirror? Are you happy with your health and fitness? If not, then you've probably been making more bad choices than good. So we just need to tip that scale in the other direction so we're making more good choices than bad, and then let those good choices compound over time, and you'll slowly start to move yourself in the right direction. So consistently good versus occasionally great. And the next one is patience. I know this is a hard one and it's not a sexy topic to discuss. Building muscle is a gradual process, and it may take longer for individuals with low testosterone to see significant results. But that doesn't mean improvement isn't possible. As long as you're consistent and you stay committed to your fitness goals, you can still gain muscle and strength. While low testosterone levels can pose a challenge for muscle growth, testosterone alone is not the sole determinant of your ability to build muscle. And a prime example of this is, think of people in their early 20s or even in their late teens, right? I'm sure you know people, friends, family, neighbors, whatever, who have high testosterone levels because they have youth on their side, but they're still not the picture of health and fitness because of all the other factors. The lifestyle, the diet, the exercise, all these things play a much bigger role than people give them credit for, right? It's not just a hormonal issue, it's a big picture lifestyle issue. So if you're eating healthy, you're exercising consistently, you're sleeping good, and you're taking care of your health and fitness, managing your stress, all these things, they're all like a little brick, right? You're putting another brick in the wall, each one stacking on top of each other, and you're building that solid foundation. Hormone levels is just one element. Sure, it's a big element, but hormone levels alone are not going to make up for poor lifestyle choices. So you need to have the bigger picture perspective here and all these elements in place. Now, with that being said, if you are concerned about your testosterone levels and how they are impacting your muscle growth, then I'd recommend consulting your doctor or a hormone replacement specialist like an endocrinologist who deals with testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. These days, you can get a comprehensive evaluation of your blood work and see exactly what your natural testosterone levels are. And then you can get personalized advice based on your individual situation. If needed, doctors can prescribe testosterone or hormone replacement therapy, and this will raise your hormones into the normal healthy range for lean muscle growth and maximizing your overall quality of life. And one clinic that several of my personal coaching students have used for consultations as well as getting testosterone and HRT prescriptions online is IamHRT.com. Now, just to let you know, I'm not affiliated with IamHRT in any way. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. It's just an honest recommendation because it's one that several of my coaching students have used. And if you have all the pieces in place, the exercise, the nutrition, the healthy lifestyle habits, the sleep, the rest and recovery, the stress management, all the stuff that we've been talking about here, if you have all that in place and then maximize your hormones on top of that, you have the optimal situation for maximizing muscle growth and building a lean, healthy physique. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you do have any questions, comments, or feedback, feel free to post those down in the comments below and we can chat down there. And if you're interested in learning more about testosterone and hormone replacement therapy options, then I have another video that I made a while back, and I'll put a link to it up in the cards where you can go check it out. And it discusses the pros and cons of hormone replacement therapy and gives you a much bigger picture perspective of how the whole thing works. So if you're interested in that, check out that video and make sure to subscribe to the Total Fitness Bodybuilding YouTube channel because I'll have a lot more content and videos coming your way. Have yourself a great one, and I look forward to talking to you in my next video. Take care, over and out.